will do this again with the hopes that maybe one, at best two of you will catch on to this. Some of you already know this, because I preached this all to you last year, probably half a dozen times. It comes up again in lesson 91, which is where we're at. And this is what we're talking about, scaling and what it does to perimeter and what it does to area and what it does to volume. I hate to bore all of you, well, some of you more than others, but it's good to hear that. And basically, Ryan O'Connor, what that says is this. This is what you have to get out of your head. I'm going to do it kind of in a nutshell. Let's say you start with a pizza that is a square, because I don't want to deal with circles. Okay, and this pizza is I'm just going to say a 1 foot by 1 foot pizza. Okay. Looking at both of its, let's get the area of it and let's get the perimeter of it. The perimeter of it is, somebody, 4 feet. The area of it is 1 square foot. It's the size of a little tile down there. Okay? This is the part that people have a difficult time grasping. If, and this is the scaling part, if I double the size of that pizza, if I double the dimensions, if I take it times 2, which is doubling it, my new pizza would now be, oh, I probably should have done this. Let's say that you can go to the store and buy a pizza that's in the form of a cube as well. That would be the ultimate Chicago deep dish pizza. That would be 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot. Its volume, the volume of that pizza, by the way, 1 foot squared, I should put it there. And the volume of that pizza would be 1 cubic foot. Okay. My new pizza, if it was just a flat pizza, if you have your doubled dimensions, okay, most people think that that just doubles its area. Obviously the perimeter, guess what the perimeter is in my new one? 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 8. The perimeter just ends up being doubled. It is whatever the scale factor is. My scale factor was 2, my perimeter is also times 2. But here's where people go wrong. The area of my new pizza is not just the area of the old one doubled. It is much bigger than that, because 2 times 2, the area of my new pizza is 4 inches squared. It's not double, because double 1 would only give me 2. Okay? It is 4 times bigger. And the volume, if by chance I could buy a pizza that was in the form of a cube, the volume is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8 inches cubed. And that volume is 8 times bigger. Am I wrong on that?
Or isn't it feet and inches?
Oh, okay. Well, honestly, is that really what you were going to tell me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So excited.
And then let's say we actually took this thing and tripled its size. And our new pizza was 3 by 3 by 3. The perimeter of my 3 by 3 pizza would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or 3 times 4. The perimeter is 12 inches. The area would be 3 times 3, which is feet. Is going to yell at me, squared. And the volume was going to be 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27 feet cubed. So to sum it up, and how do I tie that together? I mean, what do I say? Because if you look at this, and here's another place, you might say, look at the area here was 4 times bigger, So you say, that's 4 times bigger, but the area going to this one was actually 9 times bigger. The volume going from here to here was 4 times bigger. I'm sorry, it was 8 times bigger. And the volume from going here to here was 27 times bigger. How do I come up, or what do I think of, how do I get the ratios that compare perimeter, volume, and area? And it has to deal with the scale factor. That's the key thing, people. Key thing is scale factor. Okay? For perimeter, the perimeter of a shape just gets multiplied by the scale factor. Area, to find your new area, gets multiplied by what, ladies and gentlemen? To go from the area of one shape to the area of a new shape, you have to multiply by what? And it's not necessarily a constant, because look, this time I multiplied the area, I had to multiply the area by 4, it's 4 times bigger, but this time the area was 9 times bigger. How do I figure that out? Maybe nervous? What'd you say? Yeah, scale factor squared. Scale factor squared. And the volume is multiplied by the scale factor cubed. And I don't know if this makes much sense to you, but this is the reason why. You have to look at these things and understand, okay, when you make something twice as big, you are making 2 sides twice as big. You're really doubling it, and then you're doubling it again, because if I just took this and doubled one side, I've made it twice as big. But I'm doubling 2 sides, which means I've now made it 4 times big. Same thing with this. When I'm doing the area, not only did I make one side 3 times bigger, I made a second side 3 times bigger, which means it's going to be 9 times bigger. Same volume. Volume has 3 dimensions, so you made 3 sides 3 times bigger. That's why it's 27 times bigger. Wow, that was more exciting than I even imagined it could possibly be. Okay, so if I asked you, if, ladies and gentlemen, you made a cube 4 times bigger, well, wait. If you multiplied a cube by a scale factor of 4, how many times bigger, or how much bigger is the volume? How much bigger is the volume? So if I started off with a 1-inch thing and I made it now 4 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches, how much bigger is the volume of that bigger one than the small one? How many times bigger is it? You'd ask yourself, what is the scale factor? And if you cube 4, take 4 times 4 times 4, how many times bigger is it? 64 times bigger. The big cube is 64 times bigger. Just like this. Obviously, you want me to show you another example. I've actually got a cube here. It's not Mark Cuban. I hear about Mark Cuban anymore. Don't look at me like that. Maybe it's just your braces. Your braces make you look like you're smiling all the time. Does it hurt to smile? Have they got to the hurting point? Yeah. So here we go. Here's my starting cube, which is 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. Here's my finishing cube, which is the dimension is multiplied by what? This cube is 10 centimeters on the side. So what's my scale factor? 10. How much bigger is the volume of this than the volume of that? Well, what is the scale factor cubed? 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. There are 1,000 of these bad boys. If I took them apart, it could fall apart. What's that? Kind of what is that? Maple? Kind of what that is? Maybe guess. Maple. I'm sure it's maple. Or it could be oak. You say what? So with that being said, and we have wasted so much time, I do have something for you.